Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our October 2020 Flash webinar. I'm Aaron Gillette, Marketing Director at TownNews. At this special webinar, the product and program teams at TownNews will introduce important changes to BLOX Live eEditions and associated press feeds, and show you how new polling widgets from our content exchange partners can enhance your election 2020 coverage. You can type questions in at any time, but we'll wait to answer them at the end of the presentation. Here's Christine Masters to kick us off.
Thank you, Aaron. Hi, everybody. My name is Christine Masters, and I'm the Director of BLOX CMS here at TownNews. Today, we are so excited to bring you several new updates to the BLOX CMS ecosystem, including new user-friendly enhancements of BLOX Live eEditions, free election polling widgets from Real Clear Politics, and some updates affecting customers who use our Associated Press web feeds integration. So let's get started. Today, we're going to start with an overview of some upcoming enhancements to our Live eEditions application. Our BLOX Live eEditions product has been growing and improving year after year as we've been listening to our partners and have been responsive to your needs. Through our conversations, you have told us that it is important to focus on an extremely user-friendly interface, especially for our eEditions readers, and the ability to offer additional value above and beyond the traditional print product, and a seamless production workflow process that helps you to produce your content once, but publish it everywhere across multiple platforms. Your digital eEditions are now more important than ever for several different reasons. Firstly, many publications are cutting back on print days in order to save costs, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. But a reduction in print does not necessarily mean that you have to get rid of your important news coverage. You can keep creating your edition the same way that you would create a print edition, but just have it become an online-only product for those days where you're cutting back in print. That way you can maintain your coverage levels while still saving costs on print production. In addition, we're always interested in new ways to provide additional value to your loyal and important eEdition subscribers, such that we are always looking at ways to do things like live video or even updated content and breaking news inside of the eEdition, which can be set up to show dynamically whenever within the eEdition experience. So because of this greater focus on the eEdition product, we're rolling out new functionality for eEditions, which will help meet the needs of our partners in this area. I'll now hand it over to Rich Griffin, Product Manager, to walk us through the new features and functionality that we're highlighting today. Rich?
Thanks, Christine, and good morning, everyone. As I'm sure you know, BLOX Live eEdition has two viewing modes, what we call page view, which is the replica version of the printed edition, and text view, which is the live view that dynamically ties the eEdition to the related editorial content on the website and makes it part of the Live eEdition user experience. Some publishers have very loyal readers that like the replica view so much that we are making it possible for each publication to choose which view is delivered by default, and also added an option to size the replica such that you can view a whole page without scrolling and then zoom in and out as each user prefers. As part of these changes, zoom buttons are being added to the top navigation bar for desktop users, and this also increases the range of zoom available for visually impaired. There are more changes coming to the navigation bar. We are making the PDF download, eEdition search, and editions menu available from here as well on devices that have a big enough screen to fit them. Previously, these were available only from the left hamburger menu. Staying with the top navigation bar, we are also making a change to the view menu to clarify for readers and make the choice more intuitive. We changed it to a view drop-down, which has more room to describe the options. In addition to the sharing options that are available in the editorial article that we call the River of News, we have added an option to the top navigation to share the whole page via social media and email. This will increase the ability of your eEdition overall. Changes to optimize readability on all device screens are also coming. There are presentation tweaks to improve article readability and expanded publishing information to include publish date and updated information, as well as how long it might take to read each article. To add the publisher monetization options, in addition to the 3 ad regions available in Live eEditions currently, we are adding a fourth that will display at the bottom of the page/replica view. And finally, in addition to adding the search button to the top navigation bar, we are also adding an in-application search dialog so that the reader will stay within the Live Edition user experience.
Awesome, thanks, Rich. I'm particularly excited about this search interface. That looks super cool. We're really excited about these new enhancements, and you should all watch out for these in the very near future. Now I'm going to hand it over to Kate Rodenhouse, our Director of Content and Data Programs, for an overview of some free election polling widgets from Real Clear Politics.
Thanks, Christine. Good morning, everyone. So we listened as our customers asked us to provide resources for displaying quality polling data to provide insight into the upcoming 2020 election. I'm happy to announce that some of our partners have provided widgets for our customers to use freely on their sites at no cost. Real Clear Politics is an amazing source of credible polling data featured by many publishers across the country. They have made 3 polling widgets available for our customers to use for free: the map, race, and chart widgets. Each displays data depending on the selections of races and maps that the publisher chooses to include for the user to engage with. All functionality has been built into the BLOX CMS as a custom editorial block easily included on any section. To get started, fill out the form provided in the announcement on the BLOX CMS dashboard or find it on the TownNews site in the news section. Another display option for polling data is provided by the Digital Content Center. These up-to-date charts are available free to any TownNews content exchange partner to ingest as assets on their site. Our help site outlines how to import these assets today.
Awesome. And again, just to find out how to sign up for those right away, because I know a lot of people are going to be very interested in that, you go to our dashboard in the BLOX admin, and there's an announcement there, and that announcement has all the links on how to set everything up. So it'll be really great. I know that a lot of our partners have been really interested in finding additional ways to show election data, so there's going to be a lot of interest in those. So thank you so much, Kate. Next, we're going to hear from Joe Hansen, our Senior Product Manager, about some issues affecting our customers who use Associated Press web feeds.
Good morning. Thanks, Christine. Today, I'd like to discuss some big changes surrounding how your Associated Press content can get onto your site or be available for your print product in the Total CMS application. Earlier this year, Associated Press told us that they were going to be shutting down the web feeds platform by the end of 2020. This includes the standalone web feeds agent and the feeds that we use in BLOX to import content. They provided a brand new modern API-driven platform as a replacement. We worked with AP extensively throughout the year to develop the functionality to support this new platform. And with our latest release of Total CMS, which is appliance version 228, or available currently for any hosted customers, we've reached a point where we can support the majority of use cases that were in the legacy web feeds channel. We're encouraging all of our customers to upgrade to this version of the appliance software, or if you're on the hosted BLOX platform, to go ahead and start that conversion to the new AP channels with your API key, which we or the Associated Press can provide to you. There's still some outstanding issues that we're working through, most notably an issue that was recently discovered with Sports Agate that AP is working to correct. Due to those issues, when you do make your transition, we recommend you keep the old channel available, as those channels can no longer be created. However, we've also just been informed by AP that due to some technical issues on their end, they've made the decision to push back the end of life for web feeds until the end of 2022. So this was a bit of a change for us. We had been anticipating that all this would need to be done by the end of 2020, thus the rush. But now we have a little bit of breathing room. But we still, both the Associated Press and TownNews, are still encouraging customers to migrate to the new channel regardless, as all future development will be focused on that, and the legacy channels have been obsoleted on our end right now and will not be supported any longer as far as development features from Associated Press. If you have any questions about how to make this transition, please contact your account manager or myself for further information. There's also a number of help documents on our help site that will help you with that transition.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Joe. So just again, if you're using our Total CMS or AP web feeds, then make sure you have an updated appliance and make sure that your any kind of AP feeds that you're using currently are using our new platform. So very excited about that. Aaron, do we want to get to questions?
Yes, thank you to Christine and the whole team for these updates. If you have any questions, please feel free to type them into the chat box right now. We do have a handful of questions to work through. First, with regard to the AP feeds, can you give any details about the agate issues that you talked about? What specifically isn't working?
There was a change, it's kind of a technical issue, but there was a change to how renditions are generated by Associated Press that has caused some of them to return basically a fake ID, which is just causing an issue. So that should be corrected by Associated Press shortly. They are working to get that corrected. There were some other issues related to rule sets. So some issues might be rule set driven, and some if the asset itself is just not available or you get an error, then that is on the AP's rendition segment side.
Okay, and another question about the AP: will the migration change any of the rule sets that they are currently using?
We are working on some additional rule sets on a customer by customer basis where necessary. Two of the things that are very important is to make sure that you have a channel map in place that, especially for agate, defines like ANPA sports agate being mapped to agate so that the rule sets will apply. We had a couple issues where that wasn't happening, and therefore the rule sets for agate didn't apply at all. So just making sure your channel category mapping is set up. And then if necessary, we can help with any tweaks to rule sets. But for the majority, it just comes down to making sure that the section tags are applied so that the rule sets can trigger properly.
Okay. Will the polling widgets also show election results?
I do not know off the top of my head. I will have to follow up with our CP and see if they will transfer.
Okay. And also, how do we get the real clear wire widgets? Can you explain that again?
Sure, yes. There is a form on townnews.com that you can fill out that will shoot me an email with the widgets that you would like, and I will build them with help from Real Clear Politics. Then I will send an email back to you, and you will get basically a widget ID that you can search for the block on the BLOX CMS and just type in your widget ID and it should just work.
And to get to that form, if you log into the BLOX dashboard right now, what Christine's showing you there, in the top left, there's a story that describes all of these new widgets and tells you exactly what you need to do to get them. It links you right to the form you need to fill out in order to get them.
And Aaron, there's also help documentation on both types of charting that you can search on our help site as well.
Great, great. Okay, a couple of questions about live eEditions. So we can customize and change what we call the views instead of the standard names you have?
No, they're not customizable. We've just changed it to be more intuitive. The menu changes to be called view, and when you drop down, it'll say replica edition, a replica view, and live. So yes, live article view and replica view. We think with this additional explanation as to what they are, that it will be clearer to the users what each view is. And also the one that you're currently in is highlighted when you drop that down.
Great. And is there an ad block at the bottom of the river of news?
In the river of news, there are two of them currently, one at the top and one halfway through. We are actually talking with our media partners and considering other ad positions. So if you have other suggestions for some things you'd like to see, please contact us and we'd be happy to talk to you about it.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. It looks like that is it for the questions right now. Christine, if you would like to advance to the final slide. Well, thank you very much for this update, and thanks to everyone for joining us. If you have any questions about anything we discussed here, documentation is available at help.townnews.com. Support, as always, is available at 800-293-9576 or support.townnews.com. Our partner community is a great place to swap ideas with other Town News customers, and that's at community.townnews.com. You can monitor our status, the status of our servers at townnews.status.io, and of course, you can follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. We also offer a variety of newsletters that you can sign up for by visiting our news page, and scrolling down in the sidebar, there's a Stay Connected block where you can sign up for a variety of newsletters and email communications. Thanks to the whole team, and we will talk to everyone again very soon. Thank you.
Thank you.